What is Fortnite's Rift Warden? Fortnite has been teasing this concept since the start of the chapter, and last week players were looking forward to the Rift Warden skin to be released, only to find out that it was going to be put on the back burner for a little while longer. Before the Rift Warden skin drops, I want to give a little bit of context as to what the Rift Warden is and who I think it might be. Now, the name Rift Warden brings up about intrigue and mystery. To put it simply, the Rift Warden appears to be a new guardian for the Oathbound's experiment on the Zero Point. This person has insane technical insight and is integral to the Rift Gate project. The Rift Gate appears to be a new version of the bridge which was used in the last 3 chapters. Now, before we go any further, I want everyone to understand, I think Fortnite Chapter 4 is a prequel. From there being a younger version of Geno to the Black Knight appearing to be a part of the Oathbound army, this chapter appears to either take place in Fortnite's past, or is showing us a series of parallel events that take place on a new island in a new timeline, but share the same story elements of what happened prior to Fortnite Chapter 1. This leads me to think that my theory about Jonesy being the visitor might prove true, but we'll save that for another video. If Fortnite Chapter 4 proves to be a prequel, and the Oathbound are early imagined order, the person that young Geno charged with guarding and building the Rift Gate would most likely be someone that we've seen from Fortnite's past. They'd have to have incredible technical knowledge of the Zero Point, and also be someone trusted within the imagined order. With those specifications, there are only 3 candidates that I could see fitting that description, starting with Midas. We know that Midas has insane technical knowledge of the Zero Point due to his Stormbreaker machine. He's also been with the Imagined Order for an insane amount of time. His daughter Jules also has incredible technical knowledge and is working directly with the Rift Warden. And because of this, I don't think that it's Midas. I believe that if Midas was the Rift Warden, Jules would have a different response than what we're getting in game. I also believe that her dialogue would give some kind of hint towards it. Finally, although Midas is smart, I don't believe he's as capable as our 2 other candidates technologically. The second being an IO member that shared a photo with him, Dr. Sloan. I've talked at length about Dr. Sloan in previous videos, her being a child prodigy and all. Even within this picture, you can see her writing out an equation, maybe for the creation of the Rift Gate. I would tend to believe that might be the case, but I have a feeling that this prequel story that we're following takes place quite a bit before Sloan is even born, based upon the medieval themes within the game. Sloan seemed to be taken in as a valued member of the Imagined Order when the organization became a bit more modernized. So if it's not Midas, and it's not Sloan, who could it be? The one member of the Imagined Order that we know the least about. The one that's been put on the shelf for quite a bit of time, a fan favorite. That person is none other than Singularity. Now that we know she and Paradigm are 2 different characters, it would give her a way to be brought back in the story that not only makes sense, but answers one of my biggest questions from last year. Why was she left alone to guard the Zero Point? It's because she's the one who was in charge of studying it and who created the bridge. Someone with insane technical knowledge that would be useful in building things like a mech, for example. I also believe Singularity and Paradigm come from the same reality. Paradigm said she was brought on to pilot the mech due to her experience with advanced technology from her reality.
We thought you were the Imagined Order's prisoner, but you worked with them willingly.
Because there was a giant monster coming and I was the only one who could pilot the mech to stop it. My world's relationship to technology made me uniquely qualified to pilot the mech.
But I don't think it stops there. I think it's also due to her battle experience. She's a warrior, and although Singularity might be a capable fighter in her own right, she was too valuable to the Imagined Order to risk losing her in combat to the monster. Also, it's quite obvious Singularity had ties to building the mech. She might not have been the pilot we once thought, but she definitely knew how to build something that would fit to the talents and understanding of the Paradigm technologically, probably because they come from the same reality. Mustard said a while ago that Singularity would be important to the story, and what better way than to make her the creator of the Imagined Order's prototype bridge?
Could you draw a character that's way more important to the ongoing Fortnite storyline than we all realize?
And you'll notice that on issue number 5, I drew who you guys know one of her names as, the Singularity. This is a super important character, and I can't wait for you to see a bunch of the cool stuff that will be happening with her over the next couple of years.
And I'm sure the story doesn't end there. There's probably a couple of small details that I missed, but that's where you come in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. Also, if you're a true Fortnite theorist, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And while you're waiting for my next video to drop, why don't you click on this one right here? It goes over why I think Jonesy and the Visitor are connected through time travel. I love you guys, and I'll catch you soon. Peace out.